I was told to tell you
Where,
some
oh, where can I find all of WNUR Sports' content in one convenient place?
Aha!
yeah,
Why, I
yeah,
know where.
yeah.
Skedaddle over to WNURsports.com, your online hub for everything WNUR Sports.
How bodacious! What might one encounter in this magical digital destination?
Updated broadcast schedules, social media posts, articles, and everything your heart desires. So head over to WNURsports.com and find happiness.
Yes. Ha ha ha. Yes. We are back once again for another sixth. We're at the sixth episode,
episode 6
of
Episode 6.
WNUR. WNUR's Obscure Ballers show for the fall. Here with the original patron of
True. This
Obscure
is true.
Ballers
This is very true.
from Sportsathon onward, Raghav Khosla, for what we are very excited for cricket episode.
Big episode,
Obscure
Jiminy
Ballers
crickets.
here.
But
Yeah.
Raghav, you need no introduction around these parts, but please, for the people, go ahead and give a shout.
Well, very happy to be here. Thank you for having me on. Name's Raghav. Indeed, Perry and I were initially greenlit the idea for Obscure Ballers, and I'm very glad that we did that because the show seems to be very incredible, and the things you talk about are crazy, and I love it. I was sports director of this club, sports voice host, but I never got to talk about cricket, and I finally have because of you guys. So thank you.
Well, I
The
mean,
opportunity.
I know Sports Voice has national sports talk. I don't even think this would make on international sports talk. Yeah. But before we do that, as always, we have our Obscure Ballers of the Week, kind of just a segment for us to, do some of that daily, the weekly news of our Obscure Ballers of the Week, the ballers that didn't make the news, but made it in our hearts and minds. So I guess I'll start off with, this definitely made the news, but Northwestern football against Penn State. How about it? I'd like to highlight Mac Uline, the linebacker with 10 tackles against the Nittany Lions. Huge day for the Cats. And maybe Northwestern football is obscure to the rest of the world, not obscure to us,
Not
by any means. But
Huge
so
one.
many guys stepped up. Specifically like Campbell stepping up for Tosaka out with injury. But yeah, that's our little segment on obscure ballers of Northwestern football.
And I'll go ahead with some other, before throwing it over to Raghav, I have some more college football, Texas Tech specifically. So the Red Raiders, they're ranked number 7 now in the new AP poll. They're doing really well, 6-0. But they have a tradition. It's called the tortilla toss.
Oh, yes.
So every game, they always throw tortillas onto the field, like at kickoff. But the thing is, the Big 12 just introduced a new rule. You are not allowed to throw anything on the field anymore. Like fans, it's just a safety hazard. You
By
can't do
the
it.
way, this vote was 15-1, with the one vote being the one Texas Tech athletic
Of
director.
course.
So
Of course.
Kirby Hoka, right? Kirby Hoka, the AD of Texas Tech, he tweeted out, "Red Raiders, the rules can change, but our tradition will not.
Oh, wow.
How about the opening kickoff tortilla launch, #15-1." So he was openly advocating for
There's
his
no-
students to violate the rules of the Big 12. They played Kansas this Saturday. They destroyed them. And sure enough, they threw tortillas. It was raining tortillas at the game. So Texas Tech, they were given penalties. They had a couple of 15-yard penalties because it's against the rules. So the actual football team was impacted with some penalties in the real game
Oh my
because of
God.
fans
Yeah,
throwing
and,
tortillas.
like a Kansas fan tweeted, like, if you are a Kansas fan in the stadium right now, start throwing tortillas in the yards.
And the crazy thing is, head coach Joey McGuire, and then Kansas head coach Lance Leipold, they had, after the game, they shook hands and it got heated.
Oh,
Because
wow.
Lance Leipold was really, really upset with McGuire for the tortilla throwing, and they were exchanging words. There's videos of it. They were really upset. It made me think of, if you recall, Thomas Tuchel
yes.
and Antonio
Yeah,
Conte.
Please.
It was kind of like that.
Iconic.
They got really heated. I just thought it was really funny that some tortilla throwing was becoming such a big deal. You have all these people fighting over it, insulting each other over this.
Incredible.
And the actual football team getting penalized for the fans throwing tortillas on the field.
It's the definition of obscure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead,
so
please.
I don't
go ahead.
know if this counts, but
Everything
my obscure
counts.
baller
Yeah.
of the week is actually current sports director Adam Beck.
Oh, wow.
We were out on the golf course yesterday. Let's just say it didn't go too hot, but Adam was balling out on the back nine. We had some lines set. Basically, I hit the over on everything. And if you know golf, you know that's bad.
Yep.
But Adam hit 5 fairways in a row. He absolutely shanked drives on his first 3 holes. Put the driver in his bag, never looked back. He kept saying me and my 5-iron because he could only hit his 5-iron off the tee. So that's my obscure ball of the week. He had 1 par, 1 bogey, and we don't talk about the rest. But he had a fantastic day. We listened to Dave Ennett on the radio broadcast while playing golf. It was a very good Saturday.
So when will we get WR Sports out to these golf outings?
Oh, we might have to do WR Sports mini golf.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
wait.
That might have to be
Yes.
That would be huge.
I will be there.
That would
I will
be
be there.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's time for a segment that has been 3.5 or so years in the making. Raghav, when we figured out that we were gonna do this in the fall, it was like basically immediate of freaking out.
I think I fully remember in the spring being like, "Oh my gosh, wait!" I this needs to happen at some point.
So, take it away.
Yeah.
Regale us.
So my deep dive, obviously, cricket's a sport. There's so much. It's a sport that 2 billion people in the world follow. But I am diving deep into one specific team. That's probably been the team I've cared about, in that moment, the most I've ever cared about a sports team, and I care very, very deeply about my sports team. So that says a lot. But the 2019 Indian Cricket World Cup team, I think I was about to turn 16. It was the summer after freshman year of high school. I didn't have much to do. I didn't have much to care about besides the Indian Cricket World Cup team. I really started caring when I found out in March that I will be going to said World Cup.
Really?
I went to a match, which I will get
Wow.
to. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the team of destiny. They're gonna win. I'm gonna be a part of it. And we had the perfect team. So in cricket, I think balance is so important. You need balance of, I don't know how. Sid, what's your?
I'm a little bit. I know the basic rules.
The basics.
Of the game,
Tomas, what about you?
I've heard of wickets.
Okay,
I heard they were important.
There was some explaining going
Yeah,
on.
we talked
earlier
we
today.
talked
Okay,
before the show a
so
little
I
bit.
won't get too technical, but basically we had a very good balance. You have your batters who are there to score runs. Then you have your all-rounders in the middle that can do both bat and bowl, and then you have your bowlers. India had the perfect balance going into the World Cup. You had your guys at your peak, the stars, superstars. Virat Kohli, he has 260 plus million followers on Instagram. This guy's
probably the most famous cricket player ever.
Probably, I think he's the most followed athlete in the world besides Ronaldo and Messi. This guy is a god in India. Yeah. He was at his peak. Rohit Sharma, the opening batter, the guy who goes out there and faces the toughest bowlers, hit 5 centuries. He got 100 runs 5 different times. I was at one of those. I got to see him hit a century in person. Hardik Pandya, one of my favorite players ever, all-rounder. This dude has so much aura. He was, oh my God, he was bowling 10 overs a game. His back hadn't given out yet. This guy was at the peak of his powers. I'd wake up at 4:30 a.m. to watch every India match before summer school health class.
Wait, where was this?
In England.
In England. Okay.
Everything about this was perfect. India was playing well. I could wake up at 4:30, watch it in class. Yeah. It was the best. The score bug, as a TV nerd, the score bug was like it was so good.
Dude, can
I pull it up? Wait.
Yeah, because when I watched the T20 World Cup.
Yes,
and
we won.
It was so impressive. They bring out the graphs of they go all out with their score bugs and their graphics and stuff. It's actually crazy.
Okay, yeah, I found.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you show the screen. Yeah, show the screen.
It's the bottom.
A little more. There we go. Yeah.
It's this one.
Yeah. Okay, I see it. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, we're seeing it.
You know,
we can see
it might not be that special. But it holds a place in my heart. It really holds a place in my heart.
Iconic.
What else have I written? Oh yeah, there was just a lot of drama around. I was really
Mm.
invested into like the politics of Indian cricket, and
Really?
fortunately, sports in India are way too politicized.
No, we
But-
had a politics and sports
Yeah.
episode last week.
Oh
So-
no, I'm saying
yeah.
unfortunately for the state of Indian
Oh,
cricket.
right,
Yeah,
right.
but like there's a lot of nepotism,
Uh-huh.
favoritism
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
There was a dude named Vijay Shankar.
Mhm.
So he was an all-rounder, but his issue was that he was bad at all three aspects of the game. He couldn't
Mm.
bat, he couldn't bowl, he
right.
couldn't field. But he could do some of them slightly, so they picked him
Mm.
over a good batsman. And
Really?
then that batsman tweeted because they called the guy who got selected a three-dimensional player. So then that dude, the dude who got snubbed, tweeted out a picture of him wearing 3D glasses, which was a good play. There was another guy who was actually a good all-rounder. He could do all three things well, but then the commentators called him a bits and pieces player. Ravindra Jadeja was like an icon. You're good. But there was all this stuff happening around the team, and then the best part is India was winning. India was beating Australia, beating Pakistan, which is like
Huge.
again the biggest game of the year every
Yeah.
single year.
Yeah.
India's crushing Pakistan recently, which is amazing. India was. I'm gonna say we. I can say we. And we were killing them. All of the opposition. We lost to England, but we learned from that. And then came the semifinal, and I don't think I have been more sad about a sporting event than I was. I was in India following my trip to England,
Yeah.
wearing my jersey, couldn't sleep the night before. And this turned out to be, gentlemen, the first 2-day international. So I don't know. There's different formats in cricket.
Yeah,
There's a 5-day format. There's a format that goes like 4 or 5 hours, and then there's a format that goes 8 or 9 hours. This was the 1-day International Cricket World Cup. But because of rain, because of the awful weather in England, they had to delay the game, and it became a 2-day international, and that changed everything. The Indian batting fell apart,
Oh man.
and the team, and then best three players out for 5 runs. Typically, you want your best three players to be out for like 200 runs, 5 runs. And then our hero, MS Dhoni, the guy who won us the World Cup in 2011, the captain, comes in. This is like, I'm trying to, you know all those like "You Light My Fire" edits that are going on? He was at that point, but he pulls out like an absolute jet. It was like Derrick Rose dropping 50 in Minnesota. But then in cricket, you can get run out. You were talking about the wickets, Tomas.
Yeah.
There's a certain line the batsman has to cross for the run to be counted. If the fielder throws the ball at the wickets before the person crosses the line, it's a run out. And this New Zealand player throws an absolute dart, gets the ball before the bat has crossed the line. Like it's right there. And if again, this was Dhoni 2 years. This wasn't like Shaq on the Celtics. Dhoni,
Right. He
would have dove.
Yeah.
But he didn't have it in his body anymore to dive. He gets out. Our bums come in, and India can't win the game.
Wow.
So
Devastating.
basically, this 2019 Indian Cricket World Cup team, I poured my heart and soul as a fan into it, and then we lost. I cried for hours. It's really interesting. I don't think I've cared that much about cricket since. Like it's still very important to me. I still follow every match, watch every match.
Right. But emotionally,
I haven't been able to make that same connection.
It's funny. Tomas would tell me like basically the same thing about the Bears.
Oh yeah.
You know, like those
The
moments
double
just
doink,
break you.
the double doink,
break you.
The double doink was
like it really just
devastating.
like something about you. Like India won the World Cup. I was elated, but I don't think I would have been happier ever than I would have been if India had won that World Cup.
Something inside you dies.
Something did, and that's what sports are all about. And again, I watch pretty much every India cricket game, or at least I'm following it live. But that same blind devotion is like now I'm like
optimism.
Yeah, I think also it's also had to do with I was like 5 or 6 years younger. You know, I didn't really all I had was sports, man.
That's true.
Yeah, you're younger, you care a lot more, and I don't know.
That's true.
And then related to that too, the World Cup final that was the same day. I don't know if you guys are tennis fans, but there was an incredible match between Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic in the 2019 Wimbledon final.
Yeah.
Which was, again, Federer was on his last legs. The match goes like 6 hours, and he just runs out of gas.
Yeah.
And it's like, Federer's my favorite tennis player. Within days, both of those happening. It was just tough scenes for 15-year-old Raghav.
Yeah.
So that's my deep dive, gentlemen.
Wow.
Got a lot of my
Here you go.
Wow. I mean, yeah.
Devastating.
This is the point of Obscure Ballers. We're the
Yeah.
place where you get that those 10 years or 6 years of angst and anxiety off your chest.
Yeah.
I could go on and on about this too.
I guess like
Yeah.
like when did you get locked into like India cricket? Was it like a since
I think,
childhood thing,
yeah,
or was
my
it like
dad's
this- yeah,
always been a
yeah,
massive cricket fan. Same with my mom, but more so my dad. And I remember when India won the World Cup in 2011. I was 7 years
yeah.
old, and I didn't really care about cricket that much that back then, but I still like knew it was monumental.
Mhm.
And then because I lived in Singapore, the time difference made it a lot easier to follow cricket.
Oh yeah.
So got into it there. But then yeah, freshman year of high school, I just moved from Singapore. Didn't like social. I just didn't know that many people, so I was
Yeah.
able to devote a lot more time to sports.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
No, I
that's
get
my
that.
way of
Like,
saying I didn't have friends, so sports were my friends.
moving between countries
Yeah.
and just watching sports
Yeah,
constantly.
exactly.
That's
I mean,
what I
it's
did
a
throughout
way.
my
It's an
childhood.
escape. So and I got really into. And then this World Cup was coming up. I knew I was going to.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother like that experience. Best sporting event
Yeah,
I've ever been
that
to.
must be
But
amazing.
I mean-
tell us about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, India's a pretty like it's such a unique country in that it's so like so many different cultures, like
Mhm.
north and south side of like the country are
Mhm.
completely
Yeah.
different.
Totally.
But if there's one thing that can bring the country together, it's cricket. And like I was in Birmingham, England, but it felt like I was literally in like Bombay. It was
yeah.
and, like the food I was
Sure.
eating, the language I was hearing, it made me feel so connected to India. And having been like grown up outside of India, but feeling very Indian, I felt like
Yeah.
I had
For that
that like
moment,
Indian
yeah.
pride was like coursing through my veins. So that was a very unique like if you ever get the opportunity to watch your country in a national
World
sporting
Cup.
event,
Oh,
yeah,
totally.
like I can imagine you watching
Peru
in
at
a
the World Cup would be
yeah.
insane. That's
Like,
I mean that's high on the bucket
Yeah,
list.
like if that
It's-
like
yeah,
you get the like it
100%.
is something you will never ever get to experience again. So
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
No, and having that, I think growing up, like that familiarity, like
Yeah.
you're going from place to place, but like that team stays
Oh,
the same. Like it's
100%.
still like, for me, it was like Peru or the Bulls,
Yeah,
right? Like
exactly.
it's something familiar, even if you're somewhere unfamiliar.
Yeah, it's a constant in your
Yeah.
life. No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, how is it now to watch the Indian cricket team?
I mean, it's great. All the like the goats that I watched growing up, they're all like kind of like retiring now,
Yeah.
and it's a new generation. And it's like, I mean, it's great, but like again, there's something about those guys that meant so much to me growing up that it's like I think because as you're younger, you like kind of look up to them, but now like these people are your age, so you kind of just
It's really
like
awkward.
it's just
Yeah.
like weird, like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Like why is this guy like my age?
No,
And,
for
like,
me that with Lamine Yamal, I'm just
yeah,
like
it's just
he's
like,
younger than me. That's like
I mean, we've
yeah.
talked about like getting like
Yeah.
jerseys with like guys who are younger than you.
Yeah,
like
you
name
just
on
can't.
it.
I don't know
It's
if I
so
can
odd.
do that. Like, I gotta start buying jerseys of guys before they. Like,
Yeah.
I started
I know.
getting like I'm 21, man. Like, the Hawks young core right now is 20, 22, and 23.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like Dyson Daniels is 23 and hooping, so or 22.
How is like longevity in cricket? Like, what is like the age range there?
You can. It depends on like the position you're playing, but I think you like really start to like see guys leave the sport at like 37, 38.
Okay.
Around like
and you start around like the really good players, but with India there being so much talent and only 11 spots on the team, like the opportunity like is so like you gotta grab like snatch it. Like when you get that opportunity to play for India, you gotta like take it with both hands.
totally.
Otherwise, there's like hundreds of thousands of people
Right,
ready to
literally,
like
yeah.
take your spot.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, I guess
there's-
a phenomenal.
Yeah, that's a fantastic
phenomenal
deep dive.
I-
Fantastic deep
I,
dive.
man, this is an honor. I have a platform. You gave me a platform. It's
That's-
dangerous.
Exactly what we're looking for with a deep dive. But we'll move on to our third and final segment of Obscure Ballers. It's
Always like to finish off with a game. You know,
Yeah.
throwing it back
Amazing.
to Tuesday night at the Cancun Rec League.
Yeah.
Tried to live up to that legacy. You know?
So our game today is if only our best athletes played cricket. So people say all the time, like, oh, like what if our best athletes played soccer? Like what if LeBron James was like a left wing, right? So in this game, we're gonna, talk about what if a certain player played cricket, right? What if the U.S. was invested in cricket? Now it doesn't necessarily have to be an American. It can be someone who plays in the NBA, NFL, MLB, etc. But someone that plays a different sport, or maybe they represented the U.S. at the Olympics, and just explain why they would be good at cricket. Or you could also choose to explain why a cricket player would be good at an American sport. I can get us started off. I have a bit of an unorthodox pick.
Oh.
I don't know how much you guys know about entomology. That's the study of insects.
Okay.
And so crickets. I was thinking
Oh,
crickets. Maybe that tells you how much my knowledge of crickets.
Okay,
is.
okay.
But I grew
Throwing all of the knowledge about.
We're just going to the word.
growing up, I was a big fan of bugs.
okay.
So I don't know how much you guys know about weevils. But weevils are snout beetles that infest stored grains and plants. Some say that they're the unsung heroes of pollination. Okay,
We got a bug FC
Yeah.
fan here.
the unsung heroes of pollination. Okay, now do you guys know Jose Bautista?
Oh, yes.
Yes, of course. He's not an obscure baller.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not an obscure baller.
Sure.
Very famous player for the Toronto Blue Jays, iconic player, Dominican, very, very good baseball player, like 6-time All-Star, 3-time Silver Slugger. Okay. But the obscure baller is not Bautista. It is the species of weevil named after him. Sicoderus bautistae is a tiny black weevil discovered by Canadian entomologist Dr. Bob Anderson. He named the species in honor of the former Toronto Blue Jay star, specifically his famous bat flip home run in the 2015 American League Divisional Series. It's a species of weevil from the Dominican Republic, which is where Bautista is from. I think Bautista, given that first of all he's a baseball player. I know cricket and baseball have different rules, but like he can swing a bat.
Yeah.
And he has a species of weevils named after him. How many players can be like, yeah, I have a species of insect named after me? I know. I looked it up. It turns out cricket is not named after the insect. It's named after like criquet. It's like a French, like it's like the sound of the bat, right? Like criquet. I guess it makes a sound.
Sure, yeah.
So it has nothing to do with the insect.
Oh, okay.
But I just thought it was wild that you have a species of weevil, the snout beetle.
That was a pull from the depths of hell.
Named after Bautista.
Oh my god.
And weevils and crickets, they're both insects. Bautista's he's a straight baller. I think he would be great on cricket. I think you would have to name a cricket species after him as well. So then you would have a weevil species and a cricket species, both named after Bautista. They could be like, brother sister species kind of thing. So some real, camaraderie there.
From the moon.
The bug word. So, anyways, that's my pick.
Just went with Stephen Kwan. I just thought the guy gets on base a lot. He's good. He makes contact with the ball. Listen, he'll get a couple runs in and get out. Like, keep it simple. So
I like bugs. What can I say?
All right. I mean, like.
So yeah, go ahead, Sid. Go ahead.
Why are we even here now?
Okay. Yeah, that was over. Okay, I did not. Stephen Kwan does not have a weevil species named.
Understandable.
Okay. It's because who does?
Maybe I'll say Bautista.
Yeah.
Maybe there are plenty of weevils out in the world.
There are lots of them.
Yeah. So, but I mean, listen, 351 regular season on base percentage for Stephen Kwan. I think he'd get it. I think he's got it.
I had so you said American sport.
Yeah, any American.
Or so
Does
we said any.
That's fine.
So
any American sportsman who would, or like sportsman playing in America who could be a good cricketer, or a good cricketer who could play in American sports.
So I went with the former. I went with someone who's in American sports, which is golf.
Yeah.
And this is somewhat maybe cheating, maybe not, but Rory McIlroy is my pick.
Sure.
Because
I mean,
he's Irish, but he plays American. He plays in the American tour, and he has the Irish blood in him, which could give him some cricketing powers, but also he can hit a golf ball really well, and I the swing is
pretty similar.
Somewhat, if he can hit such a small ball, who's stopping him from hitting a bigger ball with a bigger bat? And then I had one more. I had Aroldis Chapman as well. That was my other. If I had to have another one, in case you guys had McIlroy for some reason, it's like let me get a Chapman because that guy can throw gas. He just needs to point down, and he'll be good.
I don't know. Like I don't know if you saw. Like I saw a video like a couple weeks back that was like Aroldis Chapman has like become like a much better pitcher just because they told him to like just throw the fastball.
Yeah. I was talking to Leo about that. He's like, they just like let him throw now, and he doesn't really think anymore, and it kind of just works for the guy. So
I like what like as a bowler,
Yeah.
like I'm trying like what because like I know
Yeah.
you can get different
Right.
spins on the ball,
Yeah,
like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like where like are there any just like pure power bowlers?
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, every bowler needs to have some variation,
for
but
sure.
back in the day, especially when batsmen weren't as technically sound yet, Pakistan had some guys that could just literally just throw or like bowl like 150 km/h balls. And it's just like you can't do
Right.
anything about that.
Right.
I myself am do you play cricket?
I've played cricket in the
Okay.
backyard. You know,
Okay,
with
yeah.
uncles,
Yeah,
yeah,
of
cousins.
course.
That's,
I founded the cricket club at my high school.
Really?
Actually.
Oh,
Whoa.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's adding to my cricket
Yeah,
lore.
Okay.
And,
Obscure baller.
obscure baller, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I was also like the guy I was telling about, that 3D player, kind of could do everything, but just
Mhm.
not good at anything. But because I founded the club, I would play
Yeah.
myself.
And you know, while we're at it, I just wanted to throw out a shout
Oh,
for
yeah, of
Northwestern
course.
Cricket Club.
Of
You
Yes,
know,
please do.
so like, I mean, we did back before the school year. We did for our fall sports preview like wildest opponent every Northwestern fall sport has ever played, and it evolved with going through a lot of daily archives and all that. But on the way, I found out like Northwestern has had a healthy cricket club, like going back to the 50s, which is great. So
That's
like,
incredible.
I mean, basically what it would be like, I mean, some guy would start up the cricket club. And then like they had a really cool in like the 50s they had an international week. So
Oh.
like it would be like the Northwestern soccer team, it would be like World 11 versus Northwestern
wow.
Americans, right?
Amazing.
Right? And so for this international week, they did India versus the world. Literally,
Oh.
For
they
cricket,
had
yeah.
a cricket team of Northwestern
Oh my
students,
God.
all from India, against a cricket team of Northwestern students that were all from like the rest of the world.
Oh my God.
Right? And
Very cool.
eventually, like the world team ended up winning.
Oh, we
And
lost?
well, actually, it was crazy because it was like they ended up becoming a Northwestern Cricket Club,
Mm.
and
Mm.
it actually became like some controversy because like you know the head of the cricket club did an interview with the Daily, and they put in a sentence was like the Northwestern Cricket Club has no American students; it's all international students.
Oh.
And he was like,
Mm.
you know, we want American
Yeah.
students.
Right, yeah.
Like I just gave you this comment, like, oh, you know, we have all these
Yeah,
international students, but we're looking for more American students. But I mean, that was mostly what it was at first, because like actually, like in that time, like international students were pretty ostracized on campus.
Yeah.
Like culturally speaking,
Because
they
we're
couldn't-
talking like the 50s.
like yeah,
Yeah,
like,
that makes
like
sense,
they were
yeah.
like
Ages ago.
kept like
Yeah.
separately,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
but whether
Yeah.
socially or
It's just a
otherwise,
completely
you
different
know,
life for them,
exactly
yeah.
right. So that was kind of like I guess a
Yeah.
bonding experience
That's
for a lot
sick.
of them because you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
cricket's from all over the world,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
congealing like that. And then from then on, it was like a guy would start it, he would graduate, and then it would disintegrate.
Yeah.
So like I
yeah.
mean that would basically happen basically every 4 years.
Yeah.
We saw ones as early as like as late as 2020
Oh, wow.
of like Northwestern Cricket Club. So like
Amazing.
you know if you want to continue
maybe
the precedent here, and you
remontada.
see,
Yeah. Raghav, I'm curious. Do you
Yeah.
know if Stevenson, the high school
Yeah,
Raghav went to,
yeah.
do you know if Stevenson still has a
They
cricket
do.
club?
They
Wow,
do.
okay.
Yeah, we
okay.
like
Hey.
we set the foundation.
leaving
They have
a
like
legacy.
jerseys and now. and,
Wow. Wow,
yeah.
leading
It's,
a legacy.
it's actually
Big
pretty cool.
business.
Yeah, I
Big
know.
business.
It's pretty fun.
All right,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
before we head out, I would just like to note that while there are nearly 100,000 species of weevil, there are many that have not been discovered yet.
Whoa.
So go out there, look for some weevils. Maybe
Obscure baller weevil.
Uh,
Oh my god.
maybe you can be like Jose Bautista and get a weevil named after you.
or maybe you go find one and name one after like Rohit Sharma. or
Oh
something.
yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Wait, I mean,
Bugsy.
I gotta imagine there are like some weevil species named after cricketers.
I just
Wait, I'm
I
gonna.
just got told that the weevil is the unsung hero of
yeah,
pollination.
he's the unsung hero of
Okay,
pollination.
why?
They're obscure ballers. The snout beetle. So they're very important.
I
They have
know.
very diverse roles in the ecosystem. They're the largest family of beetles.
Oh,
So
wow.
Well, I mean, well, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen. I mean, there are weevil species named after country musicians.
Yeah.
But there aren't weevil species named after cricketers.
we need to change
So-
that, especially considering that cricket is an insect. So
Yeah, I mean, this is insane.
Yeah.
How is this
Amazing.
not happening?
No,
Anyway,
it's gonna
that's
happen.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Um,
So thank you so much.
This
Thank
is
you so much.
phenomenal.
30 minutes flew by.
Like that. Thank you so much to Raghav Khosla for joining us today on Obscure Ballers. This was our 6th episode. We'll be back next week with some more Obscure Ballers. I'm Tomas Moran.
I'm Sid Sivaraman.
And make sure to thank a weevil in your community today.
Unsung hero.